I'm happy to be joined today on Primetime Local News by Stuart Chatwood from the Tea Party. Stuart, thank you for speaking with us today. And we have exciting news for Tea Party fans. Tell me about this EP that's coming out.
This new EP called Sunshower. We've been working on it for quite a while. It's a 5-song EP, which is the second half, the continuation of our prior EP, Black River. And in certain parts of the world, they've combined the two EPs into one called Blood Moon Rising. But we luckily got to record this prior to COVID. So in October 2019 in Vancouver, we hit one of the impressive studios here called Armory Studios. And the three of us laid down basically the whole blueprint and everything except the vocals. Jeff Martin, who lives in Australia, returned to Australia and finished the record there. It's quite difficult for us as a band to create new records because we're so socially distant, but geographically distant as well. Jeff Burrows, our drummer's in Detroit area, Windsor, Ontario. And then I'm in Vancouver, and then our singer, Jeff Martin, is in Australia. So it leads to some problems. For example, we had a tour planned across Canada in 2020, and it was going to hit arenas, 4,000 to 6,000 people. We had sold 65% of the tickets, but we postponed, and then we postponed, and then we postponed, and then we've just recently canceled that tour. But we're hoping to get out again in July of 2022. So.
How has it been? I know you guys had quite a process to get this EP even recorded with 5 songs, but for the past, almost 2 years, it's been so tough for musicians because your livelihood, which is touring, for a good part of it, hasn't been able to happen. So what have you guys been doing besides recording? Have you been doing some things on social media and concerts and that sort of thing? Like how do you keep going during these trying times?
Personally, myself, I'm fortunate to be involved in the video game industry, and I've been doing soundtracks since 2002 there. And I released just last week Darkest Dungeon 2. It's a sequel to an indie game made in Vancouver. Very successful, though. Prior to that, I did Prince of Persia. So I'm very fortunate that way. My heart does go out more so to the crew members. And, we're a massive industry that we're only a small part of. So there are lots of people out there that have unique skills that only are utilized when everything's up and running. We have an agent in Toronto who just bought his agency for a lot of money, and then the industry kind of fell apart. So my heart goes out to him as well. So we just can't wait to, get things, even like, the smaller capacity venues, if they get into, 50% situation, that will help us out a tremendous amount. As for our band, though, we kept busy by recording 2 cover songs that we recorded remotely. So I played my bass in Vancouver, drums in Windsor, Detroit area, and then we sent the tapes over to, or the files, over to Australia for Jeff Martin to finish. And then a great videographer in Australia shot a great video. So we did that with 2 songs. So that kept us kind of, in the public eye a little bit. So, but we're happy to have this out at the end of November, or sorry, the Sunshower this week. But we also have another record from 30 years ago called Just the Tea Party. It was our debut record, and we thought we would sort of make note of the 30th anniversary of that. So we've remastered that, and that is coming out right now as well, same time.
It's hard to believe that it's been 30 years since that came out. Just so much has happened since then. Is there going to be anything extra on that, the remastered version, or is it just going to be basically kind of a release, as you said, marking the fact that it has been 30 years?
We have a new remastering on vinyl, and you don't want to put too much on vinyl because you want the sound quality to sound good, but on a CD and a digital download that you could purchase instead, it has some demo music, and it also has the original mastering. So for those people that never got a chance, because we only made 3,000 copies of this record, so a lot of people for a lot of years had to go to eBay or ask someone to burn them a copy or whatever. So now people have an opportunity to buy like the original package the way we intended it. So,
and you mentioned too that Sunshower in Europe was going to be combined with a second EP with Black River, correct?
That
So
is correct.
will we have access to that in Canada at some point too?
I'm hoping so. It'll ultimately be up to Warner Records, who we're putting that out with in Canada. I don't see why not, that we couldn't easily, all the artwork, everything's done. And, judging by I just did a Rolling Stone interview in Germany, and, they're loving the record there. So it's getting a great reception. And we kind of made the two EPs to be combined. So they do make sense. And on the album, the full length album, the tracks are interspersed between the two EPs. So we've mixed up the running order a little bit.
Well, Stuart, it's been a pleasure chatting with you today. And if anybody is looking to find this and everything else that the Tea Party has done over, like I said, I can't believe it's 30 years. What's the best way to find this?
Probably ultimately Facebook. The record, the indie record is out on Universal Records, and then the new EP is out on Warner Records, and then the whole record is out on Inside Out Records around the world. But our website's another resource that you can go to, teaparty.com. So we never sold it. We got offered a couple $1 million, but we said, no, we're going to keep it. So that's a good resource as well. And then Twitter, of course, for more instant up-to-date stuff. So, and I think most of the social media stuff is the Tea Party Band. So Facebook, the Tea Party Band, Twitter, the Tea Party Band, etc.
Well, thank you so much, Stuart. I really appreciate speaking with you. I've been a fan for a long time, and it's great to see that, as challenging as it is, still all kinds of things coming forward from the Tea Party. So good luck with the future. Hopefully you guys can get back on tour again sometime soon. And we ask everybody just to go to the social media and find everything they need to know about the Tea Party.
All right. Nice chatting with you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.